Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Ray William Johnson video. This is Beware of This Creep. Don't know who this man is, but dang, can we normalize not being creepy? Because why people are so creepy? Like, I reacted to another video the other day. I think it was a body cam video. Yeah, that guy was creepy. I don't know what this guy did, but apparently he's creepy. So, can people just stop being creepy and nasty and weird? Can we stop? Okay, let's just get into the video to find out what he did, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
So this guy, he's a creep. Like, I don't know how else to describe
You're
him.
nasty.
Now, his name's John, and John's 31, and he's kind of a turd. I mean, he's been lying and cheating and scamming women his whole life. But he gets away with it because he's kind of a charming dude. One day, his life starts to change a little. Because in 1990, he meets this woman, Tanya. And Tanya's 25, she's a...
Okay, so 1990, he's 31. So I guess now he is, wait, math. Dang, he's 66.
a nurse, and they date for a couple of
If he's
years,
still alive.
and they end
I don't know
up
how this
getting
story's gonna
married.
go.
And John eventually starts nursing school, and he becomes a nurse, just like his wife. But then he screws it all up, because he ends up cheating on her, and he gets the other woman pregnant. And of course, Tanya is pissed off, and
Super
she's
Saiyan.
hurt. Like, how could he lie to me with so much ease? So she starts digging into his background to see if there's anything else he lied about. And yes, there definitely is. He had apparently lied to her about a bunch of stuff, including his age. Who lies to their own wife
ain't 31?
about their age? So Tanya's fed up, and she starts searching.
But when you get married, don't you have to, like, show proof of identification or something? She never looked at his ID. She never saw his birth certificate or something. I don't know what you need to get married for the documents and stuff, but he doesn't have a passport or none of that. He never...
their house, and she finds a bunch of meds that she knows should never leave the hospital. So clearly he's been stealing drugs from the hospital he works at and abusing them. So she calls the police and reports him. And so John not only gets his nursing license suspended, but he gets hit with a charge of felony drug theft.
Oh.
And John knows it was Tanya who turned him in, so he starts calling her and threatening her.
Tanya, you enjoy
Where does he live? Because aren't they still married? Unless I missed it, because I keep talking.
your time left on this earth, okay?
Okay,
That's
that's a
what
threat.
it's gonna come down to.
That's a
But
threat.
whatever, eventually, bam, police arrest John. Here's his mugshot. And he's sentenced to 6 years in prison, but this isn't even close to being over. Because John gets out after only 17 months, and he's gonna go terrorize some more women. So he eventually gets back in the dating game, and he starts pulling this whole scheme.
What
where
year
he'll
is it
match with
now?
women on dating sites, and then he'll meet up with them.
Wait, what? Dating sites? I thought it was like early 90s. Like, didn't he say 1990? So 6 years later, it's like, I don't know the timeline anymore.
And then he'll
There ain't no
steal
dating
from
apps
them.
in
And over time, he
90s.
gets a bunch of complaints and criminal charges.
Was
over
interrupted
this.
by an
He
ad.
also gets charged with stalking one woman. Bro is just an absolute turd.
But why? I don't understand. Like, you have nothing better to do? Get a life. Dang, if someone doesn't like you, move on. Find someone else. I don't understand. What's wrong with people?
One day, everything changes again for John, because he joins a dating site for people over 50. And there he meets this woman, Deborah. Deborah's 59, she's an interior designer, and Deborah's successful. Like,
Girl,
she's got a little
run.
money. And so they chat
Run
and
and
they hit it
hide.
off, and they end up going out on a date. Now, while on this date, he's trying to rizz her up.
Why is he still dressed like a nurse? I thought he was... I thought he lost his license, so what's he do?
He tells her he's an anesthesiologist, which he's not. He also tells her he just got back from Doctors Without Borders in Iraq, which he didn't. But Deborah doesn't know any better, so she believes him. I mean, she's impressed. And they end up going back to her place to hang out a bit longer. And there, I guess at some point, John lays in her bed. And he won't leave. And Deborah's like, all right, it's time to go. And I guess he's just like,
Not him being weird
So they get into
again.
some kind of argument about it. But eventually he does leave. The next day he calls
Blocked.
her and apologizes, and he begs her for a second chance.
Block her.
And so they
Block
end
him.
up going out on more dates. And over
Okay, so that was a huge red flag, and you just brought him back into your life. Okay.
time, he does win her over.
Oh.
And Deborah kind of falls in
She a
love
teacher?
with his weird ass. Here's the
I
thing
forgot what he
about
said.
that, though. Despite how much Deborah is into him, people around her really aren't. I mean, they know a creep when they see one. Particularly her adult daughter, Jacqueline. And Jacqueline thinks he's weird and he's a loser, and not only that, she's pretty vocal about it. Now, Deborah's other adult daughter, Tara, she also thinks something's off about John. And they think this because there is something off about John. Like, remember he said he's an anesthesiologist? Yet, he doesn't even have his own car. Like, what kind of anesthesiologist can't afford his own car? He also chills and plays video games all the time, despite having an important medical...
How they know? They've been to his house, unless he's at, I don't know the living situation. I don't know where he's playing these games, but if he's living at his own place, how would they know he's playing games?
career. He also only ever wears scrubs, like everywhere, like even to
'Cause he a
formal
scrub.
events, he'll show up in some dirty ass scrubs. I
I
guess he
don't want
really
no
wants
scrub.
everyone to believe he's a doctor. But the thing that bothers Jacqueline the most
face.
is that he constantly has dirty, disgusting fingernails,
Uh-uh.
which doctors are usually known for keeping their hands
Picking
clean.
his butt.
Oh, but not this guy. Not only that, they don't know it yet, but being an anesthesiologist is not the only thing he lies about. He lies about having a job, like, altogether. Bro is just unemployed. Like, he leaves the house for work every day as if he's going to his job.
Wait. Okay, there's something missing in the story, because did he move in with them? Like, how'd they know all this? Is he living with them? Like, why would you let him stay? I'm confused. I'm so confused.
But he doesn't actually have a job, so where the f*** does he go? Regardless,
With no
Deborah
car.
and John end up moving in together. And
Okay, so now they move in, but this whole time the kids know what he's doing if he doesn't live with them. Like, how do they know? I don't understand that.
shortly after that, they get married in Vegas.
Where's his
now,
scrubs?
by this point, Jacqueline and Tara are like, nah, something's up with this guy. And they go and they hire a private investigator to look into him. And this private investigator finds out a bunch of stuff about John. That not only is he not an anesthesiologist or any kind of doctor, but that the period when he was supposed to be working with Doctors Without Borders in Iraq, he was actually in prison. And so Jacqueline and Tara, they try to tell Deborah all of this, but I guess Deborah just isn't ready to hear
Girl, she missed the red flag when he wouldn't leave the house the first time. She ain't gonna listen now.
it. Now, eventually, Deborah does start investigating, and she looks into John herself. And she
Oh, now she
discovers
wants
that,
to.
yeah, everyone was telling the truth about him. He's not a doctor at all. In fact, he's a criminal with a history of victimizing women. And so, one day, while John is in the hospital getting back surgery, she low-key moves...
What? Wow, there's so many missing pieces. Like, when did he have back problems? Oh, no.
moves out of their house. And while he's still recovering at the hospital, she lets him know, I've moved out. And he, of course, gets super pissed. And over the next few months, he,
Why is he mad? Like, I don't understand. She found out your past. She wants to move on. So why you mad? But yeah, I guess he would be mad because he's been creepy all this time. So of course, when the woman wants to leave, like, of course he would get mad.
calls her and he sends her messages, just like bullshitting and trying to explain away all the stuff she found out about him that he was lying about. And he, of course, tells her that she's the love of his life and just
This
all
picture
these
of him.
things. And eventually, unfortunately, it works, and she decides
She's
to
so
give
dumb.
him another chance.
Mm-mm,
and
girl.
they move into a new apartment together, and they try and make it work out again. Until...
Why do I feel like she gonna get killed? She should have listened to the first. She had 2 chances to leave, and she came back.
Here's the thing about John. John is very controlling, and he doesn't want Deborah to really contact her daughters anymore, because, they don't like him. And one day in 2016, he catches her sneaking out to meet up with her daughter Jacqueline, and he gets mad and blows the up at her, and he threatens to throw Jacqueline into the ocean if Deborah tries to meet with her again. And so finally, Deborah's like, nah, this is not going to work out for me. And she...
Oh, now she thinks it's the right time to go. Like those other 2 times, no, that wasn't good enough for her. But now it's time.
Leaves him for good. And
Does
of course,
she?
John, well, he doesn't respond well to this at all. And over the next few months, he starts going crazy. Crazier than he's ever...
Okay, I was just about to say, he's just now getting crazy because it's been almost 7 minutes of John being crazy.
Gone. He starts sending her threatening messages.
His face.
He files for divorce and demands half her income and ownership of her business. He starts stalking her. He steals her Jaguar and sets it on fire.
He kind of looks
He
like
gets
Tom
spicy
Bergeron.
photos of her and emails them to her family. Just like all kinds of insane stuff. And at this point, Deborah's getting really scared. He'll try and hurt her. So she goes and she files a restraining order against him. But because he now lives in a different state and hasn't actually tried to harm her before, the restraining order gets denied. And that is very unfortunate because this is when he really gets out of control. Because one day, Deborah's daughter Tara is driving home from work, and she gets to her building, and she pulls into her parking spot, and as soon as she gets out of the car, boom, John is suddenly standing...
And also, why... Never mind. I was going to say, why go after the daughters when he has a problem with the wife? But I guess in order to get back at the wife, he has to go to the daughters. But he has no life. He literally has no life because there are so many other things that someone could be doing, but he chose not to do any of that because he has no job. He's just living day to day, being weird and creepy.
Behind her, and pow, he attacks her with a knife, and they struggle, and he tries to push her into the car like he's kidnapping her, and bam, she bites the shit out of his hand, and they both fall to the ground, and there they wrestle, and they continue the struggle, and pow, she kicks the knife right out of his hand, and then she grabs it herself, and boom, she starts stabbing him over and over again.
That's what he gets.
Until
I'm glad that she's not the one that got,
in critical condition. And 4 days later, in the hospital, he dies. And Tanya's case is ultimately
Self-defense.
determined by police to be self-defense.
Yep.
Which...
And that is true because he has no life. He tried to attack her first for no reason. I don't understand that. But dang, it's a crazy story. Moral of the story, when you see a red flag, you should take advantage of that and leave when you can before it escalates, the person gets too attached, and then they get crazier than they were before. But that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.